The curtains sway, the lights are dim. I play the notes we left behind. Each chord a memory of you, each measure echoes in my mind. The room is full but empty too, a hollow hall of dreams. I conduct a love that never stayed, or so it always seems. I raise my hands, the air replies, but there's no one to hear. Just the ghosts of what we were, and the weight of all my fear. This is a symphony for no one. Every note falls like rain, every melody whispers all the joy and all the pain. I play the music we imagine, but the seats are all bare. A symphony for no one, carrying what's left in the air. I hear the laughter of the past, soft percussion in my chest. The tempo slows, the silence grows. I'm lost within the rest. I wanted the world to witness the love we thought we knew, but the orchestra plays only for me and for no one but the truth. Every crescendo, every sigh, every soft diminuendo tells the story of our love and the loss I cannot show. This is a symphony for no one. Every note falls like rain, every melody whispers all the joy and all the pain. I play the music we imagine, but the seats are all bare. A symphony for no one, carrying what's left in the air. Maybe one day someone will hear the echoes of my heart, but for now the hall is silent, and I'm left with every part. I bow to empty rows, take a breath, let it go. The music swells then fades away as the shadows softly grow. This is a symphony for no one. Every note a memory, every melody a ghost of what we used to be. I play it loud, I play it slow, though the world's not around. A symphony for no one, but it's the love and when the last note dies, I'll still hear you in the sound. A symphony for no one, but it's ours alone. Profound. We said we'd stay forever, like forever was a place. Built our home on promises too soft to hold their shape. We drew our plans in pencil on a sky about to rain. Thought love alone was heavy enough to keep us safe from change. But you can't tie a storm down, you can't make the wind obey. We were drifting from the start, just scared to float away. We had anchors made of clouds, trying to hold us down. But every time the wind would rise, we'd lift without a sound. We called it something solid, but it never touched the ground. We were fighting gravity with anchors made of clouds. I kept saying we were steady while the shoreline disappeared, pretending I was fearless while I drowned in quiet fear. You were reaching for the future, I was clinging to the now. Both of us pretending we knew exactly how to keep a fragile heart from floating out to sea. The love without foundation is just a memory. We had anchors made of clouds, trying to turn around, but every doubt between us just pulled us further out. We called it destiny, like that would make us proud, but we were barely holding on with anchors made of clouds. Maybe I was scared of weight of roots too deep to move, so I chose something lighter that I knew I'd someday lose. Maybe you deserved a harbor with something strong and true, not a man afraid of gravity, pretending he could choose. We had anchors made of clouds, beautiful but breaking down. Every time the thunder came, we never stood our ground. Now I'm standing on the shore, watching what we drowned. All the love we thought would last, with anchors made of clouds. Some things are meant to float, but not to stay. We were standing on the edge of something barely there, calling it a canyon when it was just thin air. There wasn't even water running underneath, but I struck the match anyway, watched it fall at your feet. You said we can fix this. I said let it burn. Sometimes pride's a wildfire with nothing left to turn. Now I've burned bridges over dry rivers for battles that delivered nothing but smoke in my hands. There was no flood to save me, no storm that ever came. I lit the fire myself. Now I'm the one to blame. Yeah, I burned bridges over dry rivers, and I don't know how to stand. I told myself you'd leave me, so I left you first, like breaking something gently would somehow make it hurt less. I called it self-protection, you called it running scared. Funny how I pushed you away, then wished you'd still be there. There was no great disaster, no villain in disguise, just two tired hearts and fear behind my eyes. Now I burn bridges over dry rivers, set fire to forever, over cracks we could've mended. There wasn't even distance till I made it wide. Now all I see is ashes on the other side. Yeah, I burn bridges over dry rivers, and I can't swim back this time. If I could walk through smoke, I'd choke just to reach you. If I could rebuild wood from dust, God, you know I would. But fire don't rewind, and matches don't regret. They just fade into the dark and leave what's left. I burn bridges over dry rivers, over silence and small shivers, over words we never said. There was no war between us, just my restless mind. Now I'm stranded on a shore that I designed. Yeah, I burn bridges over dry rivers, and now there's nothing left to cross. Some bridges fall from storms, some fall from one small spark. I woke up to silence and the echo of your voice. Every word a stone that left me with no choice. I tried to speak, but nothing came. The air turned into lead. Every thought of you just pounds inside my head. I wanted to break, to fall apart, but my heart's too hard, and now even grief has weight you can't lift, and sorrow won't allow. These are concrete tears, falling slow, falling years, heavy as the truth I hide, sharp as the love I denied. I can't cry for you, I can't scream for us, just these concrete tears that nobody touches. Your laughter is a memory frozen under glass. I reach for warmth, for hope, but it only comes to pass. Every street we walk together feels like a cold stone hall. I try to move, I try to breathe, but your ghost stones it all. I told myself I'd survive, told myself I'd learn, but the weight of you remains and it refuses to return. These are concrete tears, falling slow, falling years, heavy as the truth I hide, sharp as the love I deny. I can't cry for you, I can't scream for us, just these concrete tears that nobody touches. Maybe someday I'll melt this stone, let the water run free, but for now I'm trapped inside the man I can't let be. I carry every word unsaid, every touch I never gave, a monument to broken love I couldn't save. These are concrete tears, marking all the wasted years, heavy, sharp and endless, just like the love I couldn't defend. I can't cry for you, I can't scream for us, only these concrete tears, concrete tears for what we lost. Some heartbreaks don't dissolve, they harden into stone. Everybody says I look okay, guess I learned to hide it well. I laugh along, I play the part, but I'm a stranger to myself. Your name still burns behind my teeth, but I don't let it show. I walk these streets like I'm alive, but inside I'm letting go. It's crazy how a heart can break without making a sound. I'm standing in the sunlight, but I'm 6 feet underground. I'm drowning on dry land, reaching out for your hand. There's no water in this room, still I can't breathe without you. I'm screaming, no one hears, choking on a Your side of town I still avoid, like it might pull me in. Every song we used to love feels like it's happening again. I thought that time would be a cure, but time just makes it clear you're moving on like nothing broke, while I'm stuck right here. It's strange how love can leave, but the pain decides to stay. You took the ocean from my life, still I'm swept away. I'm drowning on dry land, reaching out for your hand. There's no water in this room, still I can't breathe without you. I'm screaming on oranges, choking on unshed tears. I'm sinking where I stand. Yeah, I'm drowning on dry land. If I could cry enough, maybe I would float, but every tear I hold inside just tightens in my throat. You were my oxygen, now every breath just burns. I'm learning how to live again, but my heart still hasn't learned. I'm drowning on dry land, no waves, no helping hands, just memories crashing in over and over again. I'm fighting just to stand, but I don't understand how love can disappear and leave me drowning here. I'm drowning on dry land, and nobody can see the flood inside of me. There's no river in this room, but I'm still sinking without you. The room still smells like your perfume, faded roses in the afternoon. Your picture's face down on the floor, but I still see you even more. Every shadow on the wall looks like you walking down the hall. I try to sleep, I try to breathe, but you're the air I couldn't keep. I let my pride turn into silence, watch your tears fall like a storm, and now I'm drowning in the quiet of a love I couldn't hold. Now I'm my own worst ghost, haunting every word I never spoke. Every I love you I let die in my throat. Now it echoes when I'm alone. I'm my own worst ghost, and living in the past I hurt the most. You're moving on, but I'm still holding hope, chasing what I let go. I'm the reason you're gone. Now I'm my own worst ghost. Your side of the bed's still cold, but I deserve that kind of cold. You beg me just to let you in, I build my walls and call it strength. I see you smiling in my mind with someone who won't waste your time, and that's the part that kills me slow. Loving you memories could build a time machine, I'd run back to you, 19. Hold your face, say what I mean before the space grew in between. But regret don't rewrite fate, it just whispers you're too late. Now your memory's all I hold, and it's colder than the truth I told. I'm my own worst ghost, every tear is proof I know. I had heaven in my hands, and I let it go. I'm my own worst ghost, crying in a house that we once called home. You found peace, but I'm still broke, talking to your shadow. I'm my own worst ghost, yeah, I'm my own worst ghost, and I'll be haunted by your love long after you're gone. You don't have to miss me anymore, I'll do it for us both. I'm my own worst ghost. We built castles in the air, blueprints we never drew. Every promise felt like smoke, every I love you flew. We were sketches on a page, drafts of what could be, holding on to something that only lived in me. The world never saw it, and maybe that's alright, but I keep walking through the rooms every lonely night. We're orphans of an idea, love that never learned to breathe, haunting empty rooms of what we couldn't believe. We dreamed of forever, but it left without a sound. Orphans of an idea, lost and never found. I hear your laughter sometimes in corners of my mind, moments we imagine that reality left behind. I built a home of daydreams, but you were never there, just a shadow passing through on a breeze that didn't care. I can't blame the world or blame you for the void. It's hard to mourn the unseen, but harder to avoid. We're orphans of an idea, love that couldn't take the shame, fading like a whisper to yesterday's escape. Reach for forever, but it vanished in the haze. Orphans of an idea, ghost of younger days. Maybe love is fragile, maybe it needs to breathe. Maybe some hearts exist yet lived eternally. We're orphans of an idea, holding something never real, yet every thought of you still teaches me to feel. We wanted forever, but forever slipped away. Orphans of an idea, still dreaming yesterday. Some loves are born in paper, that's all they'll ever be. There's a rhythm to the waves tonight, they're crashing like my chest. I try to tell the ocean, but it already knows the rest. Your name rolls in and out like footprints in the sand. I watch it fade away again, slipping through my hands. They say the sea can heal you, wash every wound away, but every tide just brings you back with every shade of gray. This is my saltwater lullaby, tears falling with the tide, rocking me to sleep at night with you on my mind. I close my eyes and drift, but I never say goodbye. I'm floating in the memory of you and I, singing my song. Oh, to lullaby. In the wind, whispering through the dark. Every star above the water feels like a broken spark. I lay here on the shoreline where we used to dream. Now it's just the moon and me, and what we couldn't be. I let the waves surround me, let them pull me under slow. If loving you was drowning, I still don't wanna let go. This is my saltwater lullaby, crying to the night, letting every memory roll in and collide. I try to let you rest, but my heart won't comply. So I cradle all this pain like a child inside, singing my song. What a lullaby. If I sleep, will you be there like you used to be? Or are you just a ghost now, only haunting me? If I wake with thoughts of us, will I finally survive? Or will I keep on living half a life? This is my saltwater lullaby, soft as a goodbye. Every tear I never showed is finally falling tonight. I let the ocean hold me where our shadows lie. If love was meant to fade, why does it still feel alive? This is my she's already gone. I tried to fold your sweater up, but my hands just froze instead. Every thread still smells like us. Every stitch is something you said. I tell myself I'm letting go, like that's something I can't choose. But every road I walk alone just leads me back to you. They say time can fix what's broken, but time just pulls it tight. Every second without you is another twist of the night. You're the knot that won't untie, the truth I can't deny. No matter how I pull away, you're still wrapped around my life. I try to cut the memory loose, but it bleeds when I try. You're the knot inside my chest that won't untie. I see you in the smallest things, in coffee cups and midnight rain, in empty chairs across from me, in every silence that remains. I tell my friends I'm doing fine, like I finally moved on. But every time I close my eyes, you're where I belong. I should have held you closer instead of holding my pride. Now I'm tangled in the words I never said that night. You're the knot that won't untie, the ache I can't disguise. No matter how I change my world, you're still behind my eyes. I try to breathe without you here, but every breath feels tight. You're the knot inside my heart that won't untie. If love was just a thread, I'd pull it free somehow. But it's woven in my bones, and I don't know how to separate the man I am from who I was with you. You're tied into my soul, like there's nothing I can do. You're the knot that won't untie, the reason I still cry. Even when I swear I've healed, you're still the tear in my goodbye. I try to learn to live again, I tried, I really tried. But you're the knot inside my chest that won't untie. Maybe some loves aren't meant to break, they just tighten with time. I call it winter in July, say the seasons lost their way. Tell myself it's just the weather, not the words we couldn't say. I say the house is settling when the walls begin to shake. Blame the cracks on gravity, not the silence that we made. I dress it up in poetry so it don't cut so deep. But truth don't care for metaphors when it's messing with your sleep. These metaphoric breaks are bones I never said. I call it bad timing, but it's you I can't forget. I say the tide just drifted, like love don't have a name. But every pretty phrase I use still points back to the pain. I'm hiding heartbreak in the metaphoric break. I call it roads diverging, like we planned it from the start. Like it wasn't my stubborn hands that slowly tore apart. I say we grew in different ways, like that's just how things go. But growing shouldn't mean losing everything we know. I build these clever sentences like they're strong enough to stand, but they crumble in the quiet when I whisper your name again. There's metaphoric breaks, are lies I tell myself. I call it fate and destiny, to blame it on something else. I say the stars misalign like heavens at fall, but the truth is I let you walk and never stop the fall. I'm hiding heartbreak in the metaphoric breaks. What if I just said I was scared to love you right? What if I just said I was wrong that night? No oceans, no storms, no seasons out of place. Just a man who let his fear push an angel away. No more metaphoric breaks, no more pretty lies. It wasn't time, it wasn't fate, it was me too blind to see the way you trembled when I wouldn't change. Now every word I ever use just sounds so strange. I can't rewrite the ending or soften what it takes. I lost you in the truth behind the metaphoric breaks. No more metaphors tonight. It was my fault. I keep your coffee cup on the shelf above the sink, lipstick faded on the rim, like something on the brink. There's a ticket from that night we swore we'd never change. Now it's pinned up on the wall in a cheap forgotten frame. Every little piece of us I couldn't throw away, so I built a place inside my heart where all our memories stay. Welcome to the museum of broken glass. Every shard cuts like the past. Careful where you stand, nothing here can last. Every promise we let crash, still shining under the ash. I walk these halls alone in the museum of broken glass. sweater on the chair, still shaped like you were there. I know I should pack it up, but I just stand and stare. There's a voicemail I replay just to hear you breathe. Funny how a simple sound can bring a man to his knees. I tried to close the curtains, lock the doors and move ahead, but ghosts don't need an entrance, they live inside your head. Welcome to the museum of broken glass, every memory built to last. But every time I touch it, it cuts me back. All the things we thought we had, now glittering and cracked. I'm the lonely guard at night in the museum of broken glass. If I swept up all the pieces, would I finally be free? Or would I lose the only proof you once belonged to me? Sometimes pain's the only thing that feels like it was real, so I keep these fragments close, even if they never heal. This is the museum of broken glass, where forever couldn't last. Every shattered dream we made, still beautiful and sad. I know I should let it all collapse, let the light come through the cracks, but I'm still standing here, tracing where you left. In the museum of broken glass. Some people move on, some people rebuild, and some of us just learn how to live among the ruins. We drew our lines in pencil, sketches of forever on the wall. Every corner held a memory, every beam too frail to call. We built towers in our minds, rooms we never walked through. I thought the blueprint was enough, but I forgot the work to do. Walls can't hold what we don't speak, foundations crack under pride. I was building while you were leaving, and I let the silence slide. This is the unfinished architecture of us, blueprints fading in dust, rooms of love we never knew, always echoing the truth. I wanted to finish what we started, but the plans were torn apart. We're ghosts wandering our own design, the unfinished architecture of our hearts. I traced your name in windows, watched the rain erase it slow, tried to frame the moments, but time wouldn't let them grow. We were pillars leaning sideways, balanced on what could be. I thought I could hold it together, but the weight fell silently. I can't blame you for leaving, or blame the floor that gave. It's the parts we never built that will haunt me to my grave. This is the unfinished architecture of us, plans we never could trust, rooms of laughter, rooms of tears, corridors filled with fears. I tried to raise a home from memory, but the walls refused my plea. We're just shadows in their design, the unfinished architecture of you and me. Maybe love isn't meant to finish. Maybe some walls stay open wide. Maybe it's enough to know we tried. Even if the house never survives, I'll carry the beams and the broken glass, the parts that shaped my view. And someday I'll build something new from the unfinished architecture of us two. This is the unfinished architecture of us, blueprints faded into dust. But I see the love we tried to make, even if it couldn't stay awake. The towers crumble, the rooms remain, every line tells your name. And I'll walk these halls alone, yet whole, with the unfinished architecture of our souls. Some things never get completed, but they still leave a mark. I stopped opening the curtains, let the daylight pass me by. Snow is falling somewhere out there, but it's colder here inside. Your side of the conversation still echoes off the walls. I keep the heat up high, but it don't warm me at all. They say spring will come eventually, that seasons always change. But right now I'm just learning how to sit with the pain. I'm wintering indoors, not chasing you anymore, letting all the leaves fall down across my living room floor. I'm wintering indoors, heart half shut like the door. If healing takes a season, I can't rush it anymore. So I'll stay here till I'm ready for more. Your pictures turn face down now, not thrown away, just turned. Some fires don't need water, they just need space to burn. I stopped calling it forever, stopped calling it a curse. Sometimes losing someone is how you find your worth. I don't hate you like I thought I would, I don't blame you anymore. I'm just learning how to live again in the quiet of the cold. I'm wintering indoors, not begging at your door, letting every frozen tear hit the hardwood floor. I'm wintering indoors, mending what you tore. If healing takes a season, I'll wait for something warm. I'll stay here till I'm ready for more. Maybe love is like a garden. Sometimes it has to die, so the roots beneath the surface can find a better life. Maybe I don't need to run or rewrite what was yours. Maybe strength is simply wintering indoors. I'm wintering indoors, but I'm not broken anymore. There's a flicker in the silence I didn't feel before. I'm wintering indoors, letting my heart restore. If spring is waiting somewhere, I'll open up the door. But for now, I'm wintering indoors. The snow won't last forever, and neither will this ache. I walk these streets with shadows wrapped around my mind. Everything familiar feels like it's undefined. I reach for clarity, but it slips right through. Your memory is a fog that won't lift for truth. I thought I could see tomorrow, thought I could find my way, but every step is heavy, and the night won't turn to day. I'm wrestling the fog, chasing shapes I can't hold. Every thought of you drifts like smoke in the cold. I'm stumbling through the gray, trying to make sense of the haze, but I'm lost in the blur, wrestling the fog that stays. I hear the laughter of strangers, see reflections that aren't mine. Every corner hides a question, every street's a borrowed time. I tell myself I'm healing, but my heart is still unclear. Love and loss are dancing in the mist I can't steer. I try to anchor in reason, but the ground gives way. Every memory of you pulls me deeper into gray. I'm wrestling the fog, chasing shapes I can't hold. Every thought of you drifts like smoke in the cold. I'm stumbling through the gray, trying to make sense of the haze, but I'm lost yesterday, but I'll breathe through every doubt. Even if the path is hidden, I'll find my way out. I'm wrestling the fog, but I'm learning to see every shape that scares me is shaping the new me. I'm stepping through the gray, even if I'm led astray. I'll emerge somehow from wrestling the fog today. Some mornings are unclear, but the sun still finds its way.